That's right, dude. My little surf bitch. My little surfo. Sending her tapes. Sending her old school cassettes out to the West Coast and shit. Writing all these surf songs and shit for her. She writes back, Dad, I'm in fucking Sacramento. I'm like 60 miles from the fucking ocean. I don't think I've ever been to the fucking Pacific. These are good songs though. You're not my little. Oh, that's right. You're in Sacramento. Okay, I didn't know that. It's like San Bernardino and just miles from the ocean, Dad. I don't know about surf. I live in a fucking sprawling metropolis. Well, you're closer than I'll ever be to the fucking Pacific. You're only 60 miles away. It only takes an hour to get to the beach. You never been to the fucking ocean? What the fuck's wrong with you? You live in California? It's a fucking California myth, Dad. It's not a myth, bitch. When you spend all your life living in upstate New York, fucking places, Hawaii, Florida, and California, that shit is not a myth. I walk around here in 6 foot of snow sometimes. You can't walk down the street without slipping and breaking your arm. There's ice everywhere. It's 10 fucking degrees. Don't tell me that California's a fucking myth, all right? It's just a myth, Dad. It's a myth to you because you're bobbing around there every day. You should be a little surfer girl. What the fuck you doing in Sacramento anyway? You need to be on the ocean, bitch. You come all the way out there just to get 60 miles away from it? Go right on out to the shoreline. Fuck the ocean, Dad. Fuck the ocean and fuck these songs I'm writing. Wow. My little California girl. Alright, well, Daddy's coming to get you and we're living on the fucking beach. No, that shit's not a myth. That's some California shit to say. At one point, during the 50s and 60s when California was really getting built up in the 70s and 80s and all that, they don't want that. They've been telling me for years, don't come out here. In so many ways. Don't come out here, Aaron. There's nothing out here you need to see. And they'll be telling me, and it's like, I want to see some palm trees. I want to be on the sand and see the blue Pacific. No, you don't need to see that. There's nothing here. Everybody's leaving. It's a ghost town. Just forget it. It's like, nah, fuck that, dude. I'm going to Florida or California or fucking Hawaii if I can. You don't need to come here. Stop being greedy with California. Stop telling people from the Midwest and on the East Coast that it's not a myth. It's paradise. You understand that? My little California surfer girl. That's what she is. I don't give a fuck what she says. She thinks she's a city girl. No, she's not. You're a little pussy bot. You're gonna get on that surfboard for Daddy. Dad, please. Get on that surfboard, bitch. Yeah, dude. So the meatloaf was a masterpiece. Actually, I can't believe that I actually thought it up, which I usually do. I go through the motions to make it. This is the third time I made it, and it was just absolute perfection. I'm serious. The best shit you ever ate. And I did it. I did it all with love. I cleaned special pans to prepare it. I did it from my soul. I just eyeballed everything. Putting the sweet pickle relish into the meatloaf was a fantastic idea. Better. I don't even really like pickles all that much, but it was an amazing idea. As well as cutting up a block of cheese, of sharp cheddar, in that motherfucker, which just set it off. It really did. And it melted so fucking nicely. And then finally, mixing it with prepared chopped onions and pepper was an awesome idea too. And then I put it in for about 45 minutes. I made 3 little casserole, whatever they call those, bread pan type. And I put them in there for 45 minutes. Coated it with some breadcrumbs. The only thing I didn't do was put the manwich sauce in. And then I opened up the salsa con queso and with just one jar coated 3 little meatloaves with it. Waited till it and melt it a little bit. Nice little melted cheeseburger effect. Let it sit for 15 minutes. I started to eat it, and I was amazed. I was amazed. I haven't had an experience cooking like that in 20-some years. That's what you should feed your family. They will definitely think you're a fucking hero. I ate the whole thing. You can't skimp on the cheese. The nacho cheese on top, the nacho cheddar, contrasted so capriciously with the melted sharp cheddar. You wouldn't believe it. You know, because it's a complex chemical structure now with two different cheeses. Believe me, that's what you want. And I also put liberal amounts of ketchup on with the cheese sauce, and it was just too goddamn good. That's how meatloaf's done. I should have been here with my girl and then retired upstairs with a camera only inches away from her spread gash like a gynecologist, just filming that pussy. Filming that cheeseburger pussy gash. I fucking love you. You full? Would you fucking like that? I'm gonna make you my fatty, bitch. Send you back to California? Little fatty hoe. Turn around. Start filming titties and face. That's my shit. But yeah, I was reading all these books, and pretty much. I mean, these are just my opinions, and people shouldn't get mad at it. But you know, I mean, all these music guys are rich kids, and that's okay because you know that's how you get into that life in the first place. You got to start somewhere, and it helps. It helps a lot to be well-to-do. Like the Wilson boys were well-to-do, you know. You had Denny, who was just a bisexual fuck-up. You had Brian, who was just introverted and maybe a little autistic. And Murray just had to, like he said, he had to fight for success. Have you ever seen Brian Wilson perform those songs? Or write those songs? Why? Not past 1964 you didn't. Who was writing those songs? He was notorious for writing with ad marketers and other people, you know, trying to find the teenage pop symphony to God. And he did, but what happened to him? He flipped out on a plane, couldn't do the tour, and then he lost his voice. How the fuck you lose your voice? How the fuck do you lose your stage presence? When you see him on stage, he looks like a terrified bear, playing the wrong chords, waving his hand. Okay, Brian's got to go now. We got to take him off stage. He's having a nervous breakdown. And they take Brian off stage. It's a shell of a man, not even the same motherfucker anymore. And it got worse and worse and worse. But that's what I'd like my enablers and handlers to do to me. They're like, okay, Aaron, you know, the industry is not rocking and rolling like it used to, but this is the best shit you'll ever see, and it's the end of our run. There's still money to be made with music, okay? We need you to write this music, and it's not nearly as lucrative as it used to be. Did you see Ariana Grande over there with that little top? I'd just peel that top off and just suck those goddamn little Ariana fucking titties. Peel that tube top off, you little bitch. I'm sorry, I got distracted. That's what I'm thinking about. That's my little surfer girl, too. She's another one. And, holy shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Brian was writing those songs. I really don't. I really think he had no fucking idea. But I'd like my handlers and enablers to do the same thing with me. Okay, Aaron, good morning. It's 6 a.m. I got my hand out. I want my speed. They're like, get in the music room. Go in there and write a song. Write half a song. I don't care, but you're not getting your speed until you go in and sit down at the piano and turn out something. And I would probably do that. And I'd be like, this is all I got. And I'll play them. And my handlers and enablers will be like, well, that's a piece of a song. Okay. And they'll give me my speed. Now you got to finish the song. Just like they did to Brian. You can have a cheeseburger if you finish this song. This is important. You know? And I'd come up with little ditties anyway. I'd be doing that. you know? But tell me, Brian wasn't thrown to the fucking wolves. Eugene Landy came and sank his teeth in Brian's neck and would not relinquish him for years. And then he wants to get in on songwriting. Because he's like, well, I see how it works now. Anybody can do this. I want to write a song. I'm a genius too, Brian. You know, and Brian's like, I'm so far away from music right now. I'm terrified of the shower. Snakes are coming out of the shower head. Eugene's gonna be here any minute. He's gonna take the pizza out of my hand. I gotta run on the beach. Someone help me. Mike Love's brother or cousin is also in on it, keeping Brian in complete check. We're gonna run on the beach all day. We're gonna play basketball, and you're not going anywhere. And no one's getting in, and no one's getting out alive. Conservatorship. And when it came down to it, it was always Carl's band. Carl was the band leader because Brian was known compos mentis. You know, are you the leader of the band? You talk to my brother Carl. You know, they were angels though when they sang. They sounded like heaven. You know, a lot of people like the Beach Boys because none of us sound like that. I've never sounded like that. I've never been able to sing those songs. That's why I look to the Beach Boys. You know, laying on the beach, listening to "Don't Worry, Baby" and my little girl running in the waves and shit. That's right. Dad. Yeah, this little copper tone bitch running around while Daddy listens to Beach Boys in his head. You know. Yeah, you know, and everything's not what it seems. I don't think Brian wrote any of those songs. Those songs songs in that style never returned to him again, nor did the ability for him to perform them. You're like, is this the same motherfucker? Not enough praise goes to Mike Love, who really held it all together, you know, and somewhat kept his voice, you know. I like Mike Love, man. He'd just meditate and fast till he got psychotic and wanted to fight everyone. He'd go to a retreat in Holland for 6 months to do meditation, and then come back and the slightest thing would set him off. He'd be there on his pray mat drinking apple juice. Like, you better do this show tonight, Brian. That's all I know, homie. You better do this show tonight. And if something, you know, Brian's acting up, Mike would kick the fucking door in. He had no tolerance for that. But I think, and the thing with Brian is, it's always a thing with the words. You know, it's like, I just don't believe he was writing that music. I just don't believe it. I don't believe anything I see here. Or there's no evidence that he did. Just that one performance on videotape where you see him playing bass, and he's faking the bass. He's not playing it. It doesn't appear to be plugged in. And you're like, okay, that's Brian Wilson. But anything after 1966, after Pet Sounds, is just like, this is not the same man. You know, and they were terribly lonely people, terribly, tragically unhip people too. You know, all they had was parasites around them looking for favors and money and handouts. His wife, like, totally wanted nothing. It seemed like his wife, Marilyn, seemed like she wanted nothing to do with him. She introduced Brian and Dr. Landy. Dr. Landy took a Kong-sized bite out of Brian and just parasitically monged, sucked vital life essences.